Hello. Welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Saturday, July 13th, 2024. This week we are working with Messages from the Mermaids by Karen Kay. The artwork on this deck is by Linda Olson, and this is simply a gorgeous deck. This is my mom's deck, actually, and she's loaning it to us. Mermaids, it's interesting. I kind of consider her a mermaid in my life, but mermaids showed up for me a couple days ago in another project I was doing. Now, they are different kind of mermaids. They're, girls who put on fishtails and swim in a bar pool, but they still showed up in my life. Sort of mermaids on the prairie here in Montana. But I think this interesting energy with the mermaids, we're at the tail end of Cancer season. July is my birthday month. I'm born at the end of the month, though I'm a Leo. But right now we are in Cancer season. So that's very watery, intuitive, feminine messages or feelings, but that definitely ties to mermaids, right? Because of the environment that they live in. So what the author says about this deck is that she has a deep and lifelong connection to mermaids and that she feels like they're elemental guardians of the sea. Mermaids dwell in the water, and that water is connected to emotions, and sometimes those emotions can run very deep, just like the sea. So these are the messages that she's bringing through, and I'm telling you, they are lovely. So this deck can be a little bit shiny. Hopefully I've got my cameras figured out so there's not like big bright glares on it. But I do like a little bit of shimmer on these cards because I think it kind of highlights things. So for these readings, I always look at two things. I look at that was a terrible shuffle, so I'm going to try again. I look at two things. I look at the energy card, which is the force that's directed towards us from the universe or our environment, the energy around us. And then the focus card is our intention, effort, or response that we put back into that day. Kind of like we get this overall energy, but then we also are given a hint on how we need to work with the energy. So I also want to say that I love liminal spaces, and I name my channel after liminal spaces. And those are the kind of spaces that I think of as doorways, gateways, pathways, or the dusk and the dawn. The evening dusk is my favorite time of the day. I love being out in it as we transition from day to night. But water is another one of those liminal spaces, especially when we're out in it. We are under the water is a different world. Above the water is a different world. But when you are in the water, you are of both worlds. And that is incredibly liminal. That is like being in a gateway or a doorway, ready to step forward. So these are the kind of messages that we get. And so this is a perfect deck for us. So let's take a look at our energy card for today. There it is. And then let's take a look at our focus card for today. All right. Even the colors on the back of this deck are just so pretty. Just really pretty energy. I work with a candle always when I'm doing my oracle readings for this channel and for my own self. I've changed up my candle a little bit this week. I'm going with something that's kind of blue. It's looking purple in the light right now, but it's a blue candle holder and a bluish green with sparkles in it candle. And I felt like I was really calling in this watery mermaid energy for our readings this week. So let's take a look at our energy card for today. We have solitude. So this is interesting. Now this is a little bit of a darker card, so hopefully you're able to see it okay. So we have a mermaid sitting here. She's all by herself. She's in the water, but on a rock encroachment. And it is night, it looks like to me. We've got a little moonlight coming down behind her, but she is seeking solitude. I don't think it's a matter of it being forced on her. I think that sometimes we all need to bring a little solitude into our lives for whatever reason, to help us clear, to help us release. Sometimes we just need to be with our own self, with our own thoughts, and our own, internal dialogue. So the message here, let me read it from the book. It says, take some time to retreat from the world. Go inwards and explore your inner space to reveal the treasures therein. It's okay to be reclusive or solitary sometimes. And so if you need permission to take a little bit of time for yourself, take this card in this reading as that permission for you to seek a little bit of time on your own. When I said that, it was minute 444 on the camera. And so I do think that those are very important things. So The message here says, we all need time out to be in our own space and enjoy our own company. The solitary mermaid is saying that the tonic you need right now is some time alone. And being solitary doesn't mean that you're being antisocial or reclusive. It merely indicates that you honor yourself enough to enjoy your own space. Okay? And this is okay. All right. This also talks about what other card might appear with this reading. It's talking about the re-energize card. I doubt that will show up anyways, but this is just telling us that it's okay to seek solitude. And I'm just going to say also, if you have people in your life and they seem to be pulling away or need a little bit of solitude, maybe let them, because sometimes that's part of everybody's healing process. So let's take a look at our focus card for today and see how we're going to work with this energy. We have the gratitude card, and this is a beautiful card. I love this card when it comes up. She's just so thankful. Look at her. She's just gracious and full of gratitude, sitting here on the bottom of the seashore, not on the shore, but, you know, on the bottom of wherever she is, her underwater environment. There's coral around her, shells around her, seaweed around her, and she is just relaxed and in repose and showing great gratitude. So let me read what this card says to us, because obviously we're going to seek solitude today for our own health or well-being, mentally, physically, whichever that is. And the way we're going to work with that is with gratitude. So the message here is, develop an attitude of gratitude and watch the world around you change for the better. Is your cup half empty or half full? So great question. It's a great question to ask yourself every day. How are you looking at the world around you? She says, this mermaid has swum into your reading today to remind you to be grateful. She says, it's easy to be grateful for the good things in life, but imagine if you could be grateful for everything, knowing that the universe never makes a mistake. Contemplate this concept even if you find it a little challenging. The act of being grateful is almost like a magic spell. Counting your blessings is another way of expressing gratitude. No matter what your situation, know there's always someone somewhere who has even more challenges than yourself. It might not make your current experience any easier to deal with, yet it does help you put things into perspective. So once you start to notice your blessings, you'll find more and more appear, and then you can express your gratitude even more sincerely. Moreover, when you focus on your blessings and attract more blessings, counting them becomes totally easy and you'll become even more grateful. Okay? And then the last thing she says here is, the perfect state of gratitude arises from not expecting anything from life. So that's the hard part, isn't it? Our expectations. Like, we hope and we wish and we dream and we have expectations for better things. And I'm not saying that you need to give up hope, and I don't think that she's saying that either. But sometimes when we let go of the expectations that we're striving for, then we can see all the stuff that we can be grateful for that's already in our lives, that's already around us, you know? So we have the message today of solitude, seeking solitude, or maybe in your case, you need to allow someone around you to seek some solitude for themselves. And gratitude is how we're going to work with that energy. Grateful for the ability to have a little bit of time for ourselves to unwind. Grateful for the things in our lives that we sometimes don't take the time to be thankful for, you know, like, gosh, I work nights and so sleep days, and every now and then I do such a weird thing, like I forget to set my alarms to wake up during the day. And I'm grateful when that happens, that my body knows it's time to get up. So sometimes we don't take the times to feel grateful for little things like that, but those are little things that can be very important in our lives. So I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope you enjoyed it in some, you know, enjoyed it or felt like it connected to your day. Please like, please subscribe, please share these readings. If you think this message is for somebody else, send it to them or show it to them or let them know about it, because you could be helping them find better things in their life. So as I'm hoping to channel this information through to help people who are watching this, I hope that you can also find a way to help other people with what we're learning or seeing in the channel this day. So again, thank you so much. My name is Stacy. Thank you for visiting Simply Liminal with me. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.